sun is just about gone. It is set. It's just, now it's dusk. So let's see if we can get this old stove going here. We have had this stove since the late 1980s. Kristen bought this stove at the REI store in Minneapolis that she had worked at. And we have had this bugger for a long time. There we go. You can see it needs a little priming to get it to work right. There we go. Still works. We'll probably be picking up a new one this. There we go. Here's my match kit from the first episode we did. Got all kinds of great things in there. So. I'm going to try to get a campfire going. There's not much. There's no wood, but I think with this sagebrush, we could cobble some the roots and the things together, make a little campfire. Boy, that's putting out a good flame. That feels warm. It is. The temperature's dropping. It's not going to be too bad though tonight. 35 or 40 though. Got a good sleeping bag. Yeah, real good sleeping bag. And I got my Thermarest pad, which when I inflate it, it gets about this thick. And then I have another sleeping bag underneath that. So I got pretty much a regular mattress in there. But when you car camp and you know you're going to be coming in late, sometimes just a nice can of chicken noodle soup. I got some bread, and I got, like I said, beer, and I got some juice, and just some dry goods, some snacks, things. So it's pretty easy, not having to fry anything or bake anything, or just kind of reheating for at least for tonight. Next summer, and I'm at the campground, I'll have a little more prep work and potatoes and frying things, and maybe catch some fish. That'd be fun. Catch some fish and then cook them. And I will be catching fish this summer, so. See if we can get that fire going. Those horses were great today. They were a lot more, they had a more wild feel than the horses around Reno do. They were really cautious and making a lot of noises and stomping their hooves and definitely all keeping an eye on me. But they saw I wasn't moving fast and that making loud noises. I took it really slow and just kind of hung out with them for a while this afternoon. So, all right, I got a small fire started here. It's just these roots from the sagebrush, and I was able to put a little fire starter in there, and I put in some Kleenex just to give it something to work with, and did it with that one match. These guys, the storm-proof matches that we talked about in the first episode. Those worked really good because it burned for about 10 seconds. But I went around in the dark and collected some of this wood, and it's actually working pretty good. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, good morning. Getting some coffee going here. It's a little cooler than I thought it'd be today, but it's not too windy, and it's totally overcast. So, but it's gonna be a good day anyways. We are gonna get some coffee going here. Got some Starbucks. Do that. And there's something I've been reading about the Across Nevada National Historic Trails. That's pretty interesting. A lot of really interesting stories about the immigrants heading to either California or Oregon back in the mid-1800s. It's amazing what these people went through to get to California. No, there was actually another route to get to California. You could take a ship, and they would go south through around Cape Horn of South America, and then back up to California. This was obviously before the Panama Canal was developed, but that was very expensive, and many people actually perished doing that because the storms at that end of the earth in South America is way down there, and there was just really rough storms. Entire ships would just disappear, never to be seen again. And it was, I think that was like a 2-month journey as well, and it was like $1,000, which was a lot of money back then to do that. But so most people decided to go overland. But here's some more things talking about how harsh this desert was. On a quilt by the side of the cart lay a woman, a man, and 2 children. They had completely given out and were sick and starving. But no one stopped to help. The living procession marched steadily onward, giving little heed to the destruction going on, in their own anxiety to reach a place of safety. Wow. This is a Louisa Wilson on the Carson route in 1849. And so the trail went to the Truckee route or the Carson route to get up over the Sierras. And this particular person did the Carson route. And I believe they're talking about the 40-mile desert, which is south of here. The hot earth scorched our feet. The grayish dust hung about us like a cloud, making our eyes red and tongues parched. And our 1,000 bruises and scratches smart like burns. Sometimes we find the bones of men bleaching beside their broken down and abandoned wagons. Ouch. That's harsh. Here's a mother talking about her child. This is Sarah Royce on the Carson route in 1849. So this was an 1849er heading to the California gold field. When my little one from the wagon behind me called out, "Mama, I want a drink," I stopped, gave her some, noted that there were but a few swallows left, then mechanically pressed onward again, alone, repeating over and over the words, Let me not see the death of this child. So this was not like some of these movies. You see the wagon trains coming west, and they got really good grass, and they got nice rivers to follow, and nice trees for wood and shelter and shade. But most of it it's really harsh. Even in Wyoming, it's not a lot of trees. And the wind was, strong and all like that. But anyways, really rough circumstances these people went through, and that's part of our history. The California Trail went from western Missouri across the Great Plains, the Rocky Mountains, to the gold fields of Northern California. It was most heavily used in the 1840s, 50s, and 60s. The trail was about 2,000 miles long, and it normally took 4 to 6 months to travel the length of the trail, with covered wagons pulled by oxen. About 250,000 pioneers used the trail, and it was considered the largest mass migration in American history. I just saw some cool rock formations from the road here, and now I took a side road, and I'm gonna check this out here. Looks like some kind of a stone city. That's cool. Not even exactly sure where I am. I just know I'm north of Fernley, between Gerlach and Fernley, but it's huge country. It's like 70-80 miles between the two cities. What a great view here. This is just another one of these lake beds, thousands of years old, and you can see like remnants from, this was part of the lake here, this big formation. You can see the kind of deposits on this, and it's like it's almost like a big chunk of mud or something, but really cool. At one time this was underwater, and we're just seeing parts of it. It's really cool though. What a great view though. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Keep hiking.